Trello is one of the easiest project management tools to learn, making it the perfect tool for organizing personal tasks, team projects, or business workflows. And today, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to create your first Trello board, organize your work, and use the features that make Trello so powerful, even as a complete beginner. Let's jump in. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to head over to Trello.com. And you will see here, you'll land on this page and it gives you some of the features and things that you have there. And right here in the middle of the screen, you'll see all you need to do is enter your email to sign up for free. And it'll ask you a few questions and then you'll land on the home page. Now I already have an account, so I'm just going to log into my existing account. Now, when you first sign in, you'll land on your dashboard, and obviously yours will be a little bit more empty because you don't have any workspaces or boards created yet, but we'll talk through all of that. And you'll see over here on the left-hand side, you have a couple of different options. You have your boards, which is what we're on now, templates, which give you sort of a starting place to create some of your boards. And I encourage you to kind of look through there and get some ideas. And then you also have your home page, which will take you to just what you have existing, which again, if you're new to it, it'll look kind of empty. And then you have your workspace. So workspace is sort of the biggest bucket on Trello. So I typically just have one workspace and I just put everything in there. But if you want to separate your home or your personal tasks and your work tasks, or you have a freelance gig or something, you could organize those into separate workspaces if you wish. But for me, I find that just having it all in one place works for me. So under the workspace, you're going to see your boards. You've got members if you have other people on your team that you want to add, some settings and billing if you want to upgrade to the paid accounts. So the first thing we're going to do is create our first board. So within the workspace, you'll have several different boards. And boards I like to think of as individual projects. Again, the more that you use it, you may find nuances in how you would prefer to organize it. But for me, I think of boards as projects. So if I have a project at work, or I have a home project that I'm trying to tackle, or a personal passion project, or whatever that case is that has a beginning, middle, and an end to complete that project, that is a new board. All right, so we're going to go up here and we're going to create a board. And again, you have the option to create with AI or create workspace view or from a template. In our case, we're just going to create a brand new board from scratch so you can see all the ins and outs of it. So we click on that. And then you have a couple of customizable features. You can set a background or you can set just a color. I kind of like this dark blue color there. And then you want to title the board. Again, this would be the name of the project. And so for our example today, I'm going to call this new website. This will be my project to create and design and launch my new website. And then you see down here, you can, if you have different workspaces, you can include them in separate workspaces, but we're just going to leave it there. And then we go create. All right, congratulations. You now have created your first board. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to build out the workflow to create the separate tasks and separate pieces to this board. Again, I want to think of this as a big funnel that we start with our workspace. Now we're going to an individual project. And then within the project, we're going to create separate lists or tasks to accomplish this bigger project. And this is really where Trello comes in handy, is to take a big project like creating a new website and break it down into smaller chunks. It has you starting here to create your lists. So the lists, I think of those best suited for stages of the project. The most simplest version is to do, and we want to add another list. So we have to do, doing, and complete. Now you can always add more lists, or you can have it more granular or have it more detailed depending on your specific project. If at any time you think, oh, I want to add another list, you can go up here, click on the plus sign. Let's say I want to have a list called delegate that I'm going to sub out to other people. So I could have that. Now, I like to just visually looking, I can see this sort of my tasks are going to move their way through this. So delegate, I want before complete. And so you could just click on that and drag it over and add it into there so that it's sort of in a workflow left to right order as we progress through there. But in my case, I want to get rid of that for now. So now that we have our individual lists, now we want to create our cards or our individual tasks associated with that. All right, so you go up here and we'll start in the to-do column and we'll go to add a card, click on that plus sign, and we're going to add a couple of tasks that go along with this. Okay, hire web designer and then click add card. Let's add another one that is write copy. We'll add a third card and call this collect photos. Okay, we add that. And so now we have 3 individual tasks under the to-do column. And then just like you can with the list, you can now drag these individual tasks or cards along the progress of your list. So let's say I am currently working on hiring a web designer. So you just click and hold on that and drag it over to doing, and then it lists it out there. And if you're really interested in keeping your projects organized from start to finish, then we've got this free resource that we want to give to you for watching this video. It's a project management template. And what this includes is a project plan to define your scope and your milestones, a status tracker to monitor progress and deadlines, and even a section to evaluate results and improve over time. It's a really powerful tool that gives you everything you need to level up your project management game. Plus, it's completely free, so just click the link in the description below and it's all yours. And hopefully you can see just from here, you can really start organizing your workflow pretty well. But there's even more that you can do here. If you click on any of your cards or your tasks, it'll open up a box here where you can include even more information in here. You can add a description about what that task entails and click on save there. So that's there. And then the next thing we can do here is we can add a due date. So let's say I want to give myself a week to complete that. So that would take us to August 4th there. And we go, you can even set a time and save that. So now there's a due date when we want to complete that. And then you also have a checklist option. And these are basically subtasks of individual smaller tasks that need to be completed to complete this larger card. So you can call this checklist. I'll just leave it as is. And we'll go add. And then down here, we're going to add our items. So you can see you just keep adding as many subtasks that you want to that. And then as you finish those, so let's say I already wrote the job description and I got them posted on the freelance boards, you can see your progress bar here shows how much you have completed of that. So you can now see, oh, I'm about 50% of the way through hiring the web designer. The other really handy tool also within this is labels. So you click on label to help further organize your tasks. Now, obviously, once you get a lot of tasks, this will become even more crucial. And you can use the labels however you want. You could categorize them as the type of work. Maybe this is writing work, this is creative work, this is physical work, whatever you want to label those. Or what I like to do sometimes is label them based on the urgency. So maybe I want this red color here, and we click on the edit button and we'll call this top priority, click save. And so we can click that. And then maybe we have the orange as a secondary task. So I can see when I'm looking at my project, what's the most important, what's the less important. So we'll close out of that. And then the other thing that's kind of nice when it comes up is you can attach files. So maybe you have your Word document with your job description that you wrote up for hiring a web designer. You can attach that directly in there. Or maybe you have some artwork that you want to share with your web designer. You can attach that in there. So you can import and you can add files from your computer or have a link to a YouTube video or any other type of attachment in there. And then we'll close out of that. So you can see all your information is right there on that main page, and I can see exactly where everything is at. And you could do all the same things for each of the cards. And then once you've finished a task, you could go up here and you click on the mark complete, click on that. And now you can see that is now complete. I'll just drag that over to the complete space and it is done. And once you've completed a task, the other thing that I like to do is you'll have this completed list and it'll have a big list of all of the tasks that you completed. You also have the option to go up here. If you hover over top of this, you can see a little kind of a file box there and you can archive the card. So now it goes away. It's not in that main view of your board. However, it's still accessible. You could still search for it. You could still find it. You could go up here and go hire the web designer, and you bring that up and it still exists. It's just archived and out of your view. So I like to do that so that it kind of cleans up my list a little bit. And with that, you're up and running with your first Trello board, organizing your first project. And as you can see, it's incredibly robust and incredibly customizable to be able to use it exactly how you see fit. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.